That's right. Verse 7.
Watch this right here. Watch this right here. Watch this.
The rich ruleth over the poor.
The rich ruleth over the poor. Come on.
And the borrower is servant to the lender.
And the borrower is a servant to the lender. So you went out here and got a mortgage on your house, you're a servant. You went out here and had to get a loan for your car.
School.
You're a slave. You had to get a loan for school. You're a slave. The borrower is a servant to the lender. Give me Nehemiah 9:36.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 9, and verse 36.
Come on.
And it reads, Behold, we are servants this day.
It said, behold, we are servants this day. Come on.
And for the land that thou gavest unto our fathers to eat the fruit thereof.
That was given to our fathers, man, is the Native Americans, the Latinos. Come on.
To eat the fruit thereof and the good thereof.
The fruit and the good thereof. Come on.
Behold, we are servants in it.
Behold, now we servants in that land because of our disobedience. Give me that in Baruch 3:8.
Baruch chapter 3 verse 8.
Come on.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. Come on.
Where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse.
Where we've been scattered for a reproach and a curse. We weren't sent here to live it up, man, to be at Disney World, chopping it up, and to be out here at Dubai and all that. We were sent here as a curse.
And to
reproach.
be subject.
This is punishment. But we done got numb to it. Give me that in Jeremiah 8:3. Go ahead, keep going on.
And to be subject for payments according of all our iniquities.
And subject to
of our
payments
fathers.
according to all the iniquities of you and your fathers. You know what I'm saying? We got to ask forgiveness for our forefathers too. You see what I'm saying? Because they were part of the reason, and the spirit just recycled. So it was still us dealing with that same stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just in new flesh.
Which departed from the Lord our God.
Which departed from the law. And see, you go in church now and they tell you the law is done away with. That you can eat pork, shrimp, and lobster. That you can be a homosexual. Come as you are. You know what I'm saying? And that's that crafty counsel that's keeping us in the condition that we in.
That's right.
Like, I don't believe in church, me personally.
All praises.
I believe in worship, you know what I'm saying? I believe in worship. I don't believe in church. I believe our church is a business. You know what I'm saying? Every time you go to church, they need a profit or something. You know, like, from what I learned, I don't remember the name of the kingdom and all that, but what I learned when Jesus came back and he saw that everybody was paying for bread and stuff like that, he didn't agree with it. You know what I'm saying?
When he came back, I think you're talking about when he went into the synagogue, the temple, and everybody was buying and shopping and selling. And see, that's the Sabbath day because we're not supposed to be doing no buying and no shopping on the Sabbath day. So he was over there kicking tables off and getting mad because people were buying and shopping on the Sabbath day. Now, if the sky cracked the day and he seen people shopping, and when he returns, he returning for vengeance. He not returning to dap nobody up. He only returning for vengeance. He coming back with it. There's only one thing you do with a sword. You can't dap nobody up with a sword. He coming with vengeance to cut people's heads off, to slaughter people, man, when he returns. So if he come back on the Sabbath day and he see everybody out here shopping and spending money, they instantly dead. He's not gonna kick the table over this time. He gonna immediately chop their head off. That's it. That's it. Give me Isaiah 58:13. You got that Jeremiah 8:3?
Yep.
Bring it up.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 8 and verse 3. And death shall be chosen rather than life.
And death shall be chosen rather than life. Come on.
By all the residue of them that remain of this evil family.
Because if you can choose life or death. These law, statutes, and commandments, this is life. Not eating pork, shrimp, and lobster, not being a homosexual. Our women wearing dresses, you know what I'm saying, dressing modestly. This is life. These are things that are going to prolong your life and then eventually give you salvation for forever.
That's right.
You live forever.
That's right.
But see, a lot of us are just trying to live for the moment. And these moments ain't even worth nothing no more. You know what I'm saying? Living for YOLO. You only live once. Got you out here, you know what I'm saying? That's the doctrine of the world. That you only live once. Nah, man. You trying to live forever. You trying to inherit this earth. Right. That's the government. And see, that's why they push that. And see, right. And get it. See, ain't no coincidence that every black man out here dropping mixtapes. You dropped the mixtape. I dropped the mixtape too. He dropped the mixtape too. He dropped the mixtape. You think that's a coincidence that all of us trying to drop mixtapes? No, man, that's the programming. We being programmed. Like we talking about the food GMO, the black man is GMO too.
Look it up.
He's genetically modified. He didn't exist till the slave ships came. That man did not exist till the slave ships came.
All that is raised by the sun.
In Romans chapter 13 and verse 1. Romans 13 and 1.
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Let every soul be subject to the higher powers.
Go ahead.
For there is no power but of God.
It said, let every soul be subject to a higher power. We have to understand that the higher powers is not the government officials. It's not Donald Trump. We're talking about the Most High, because it said in the next verse, the highest power is the Most High. So you got to submit yourselves to the Most High God. Our people don't like to submit ourselves. That's the problem. We submit ourselves to the Bible. We submit ourselves to the 3-5. We submit ourselves to these doctrines that's out here. But we don't ever submit ourselves to the Most High God. It's time for us to turn back to our true nationality and come back to the laws of God. Go ahead.
The powers that are ordained of God.
Go ahead.
Whosoever therefore resisteth the power.
How you doing, sister? Go ahead.
Whosoever therefore resisteth the power,
What?
resisteth the ordinance of God.
You see, if you resist the power, you resist the ordinance of God. You got to understand that. You resist the law, set your commandments of the Most High God. That's how it works. But you got to come back to your true nationality. Our people don't know that because they calling themselves blacks. They calling themselves African American. They all up in the Christian churches. They fall in the white man's doctrine. Their whole lives according to the Bible. We out here to teach that. We out here to teach your true nationality. You're not black. You're not African American. You're not Hispanic. You're the true Jews that the Bible speaks of, man. Go ahead.
For whosoever therefore resisteth the powers,
Right.
resisteth the ordinance of God,
Right.
and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
And those that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. Our people like to resist the word. We like to resist the doctrine of life, man. We like to resist the things that's going to help us out in this community, man, to help us out in our personal lives. We like to resist that and go off our own understanding. Give me Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Jump to verse 11, huh?
Verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
See, it's a high time to wake up out your sleep. You got to understand that. Our people are spiritually asleep. Why? Because of the doctrines that toss us to and fro. The doctrines that can keep us up and down, left and right. We can't find our path because we don't understand that the doctrines that we are in are destruction to our path, destruction to our lives, man. This Christianity is out here, that Ephism that's out here, that Egyptology is out here. That's only here to toss us to and fro. And that's not going to get you the kingdom at the end of the day. There's all lies according to the Bible, man. Go ahead.
For now is our salvation nearer than we believe.
And now it's our salvation nearer than we believe. You got to understand that. Our salvation is right around the corner. Your kingdom is right around the corner. Us getting out this captivity, us working a 9 to 5, us living check to check, us being cursed according to the Bible, us catching the martyr bus, us walking to work is a curse according to the Bible. But our salvation is nearer than we believe, man. You got to understand that. Give me Acts chapter 1, verse 6. Bring that out. Proverbs 5.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5.
Go ahead.
Trust in the Lord with all thy
The
heart.
Bible says trust in the Lord with all your heart. You got to be able to trust in the Most High God. Even brothers in this truth don't even trust in the Most High God, man. We don't trust in the words of the Most High. The Bible tells us through Yahweh we can do anything, man. Anything that we put our minds to.
That's right.
We will overcome anything. These words are healing, man. These words are power. You got to understand that. But the brothers don't believe in that thing, man. We don't believe we can get off the weed. We don't believe we can get off the cigarettes. We don't believe we can get off the bottle. We don't believe that we can overcome our jobs, overcome the society, overcome these doctors and out here to kill us, man. We don't believe that because we do not trust in the Most High God. Go ahead.
Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding.
And lean not into your own understanding. Our people out here leaning into their own understanding. Why? Because we out here buying and selling on the Sabbath day. That's a curse according to the Bible, man. You're not supposed to be doing that. You're going to bring to yourself damnation by doing that. But our people don't understand that. Why? Because of the doctrines that we in. We've been taught to go and buy and sell on the Sabbath day. We've been taught to hate one another, to kill each other in the streets. We've been taught to put our trust in the bottle, in the 3-5. We've been taught that by who are oppressors. And it's time for that to come to an end, man. These last days are here. We are living in the last days.
That's
and
right.
It's time for you to wake up out your sleep. Give me Acts chapter 1, verse 6.
The book of Acts, chapter 1 and verse 6.
What?
When they therefore were come together,
Right.
they asked of him,
Right.
saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom of Israel?
To who?
Wilt thou restore again the kingdom of Israel?
To Israel.
To Israel?
To Israel. Because that's who the kingdom belongs to, the house of Israel. It's not belonging to everybody. We got to understand that. Why? We got to understand that because once we understand that the kingdom of Israel is for us and us only, then we got to understand how to get into the kingdom, man. When much is given, much is required. Our people got to understand that. But we like to kill each other in the streets. We like to sell each other the 3-5. We like to be all up in the bottle. We like to be all up on our women, making whores out of them, making harlots out of them, man. You gotta understand, you gotta come out that doctrine, come out that way of living, come out that lifestyle. Once you do that, you can come into the kingdom of heaven. Start to follow the doctrine of life.
That's right.
Give me Proverbs chapter 7, verse 2. You give me Revelation chapter 13 and verse 9. Our people gotta understand this Bible, understand who God truly is. You've been taught lies in your churches. You've been taught lies in New Birth. You've been taught lies by T.D. Jakes. You've been taught lies by Joel Osteen. Those are people here to bring you to hell, man. Straight up. It's not here to help us out as a people. Go ahead and bring that out. Proverbs 7:2.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 7 and verse 2. Keep my commandments and
The
live.
Bible says, keep the commandments of the Most High God and live. Our people don't like to live, though. We like to live in the club. We like to live in a bottle, but we don't like to live spiritually, man. Being able to live on this earth with slaves, being able to have service in the kingdom of heaven, man. We don't like to live that way. We like to live in oppression. Go ahead.
And my law as the apple of thine eye.
The law is the apple of your eye. These are the only things that you'd be seeking after. The law of the Most High God. That's your only profession on this earth. Doing the will of the Most High God. Give me Proverbs chapter 40, verse 8. Give me that Revelations 13 and 9.
Revelation 13, verse 9. If any man have ear, let him hear.
If any man have an ear, let him hear. Go ahead.
He that lead into
He
captivity
that leadeth into captivity. Go ahead.
shall go into
Shall
captivity.
also go into captivity. That's the Bible. We're here to teach you that the so-called white people that you so-called endure are going into captivity. God does not love everybody. Those are all lies according to the Bible. We are here to teach you that you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the chosen people of the Most High God. And it's time for you to come back to your true nationality so we can have these other nations of service in the kingdom.
95 dead bodies was found in Texas. Skeletons from back when they had the Emancipation Proclamation. Right after that, they had in the 13th Amendment, they had a clause where if you was a prisoner, they could still sell you into slavery. So after they released us, they still would just rally black people up. You ever seen the movie Life?
Yeah.
with Martin Lawrence and you ever seen that? That was pretty much on that basis where they would rally people up even if they ain't do nothing. They'll rally us up and then sell us into servitude on the chain gang where we'll be doing these jobs for people, be contracted out as slaves. And it was a worse slavery than when we was in the slave house with master. And it was all kind of chains and stuff they done dug up. This was like last week. It was all kind of chains. 95 people and 14, from 14, 13. If your mom and pop got took off, they gonna take you too as an orphan. And you didn't do no crime, you was just an orphan, and they would take you and then sell you back into slavery.
What verse?
This is in the Apocrypha.